Teaching salaries remain lower than those in other professions. Educators consider themselves professionals. The prestige of teaching has risen considerably in the past decade. Most teachers have master's degrees and continue to participate in professional development activities throughout their careers. They manage their professional work, design and deliver a curriculum during a school year. They develop their own unique teaching styles and methods for helping students. Successful teaching exhibits dispositions, beliefs, attitudes, and values that facilitate their work with students and parents. Teachers' values, commitments, and professional ethics influence interactions with students and families and colleagues and communities. Some of the dispositions held by teachers are enthusiasm for the discipline she or he teaches, a commitment to continuous learning engagement and professional disclosures about subject matter, the belief that all children can learn at high levels, the value that the many ways in which people communicate and encourage many modes of communication in the classroom, and last, development of respectful and productive relationships with parents and guardians. From diverse homes and community situations, seeking to develop cooperative partnerships in support of student learning and well-being. Teachers also need to be able to understand, evaluate, and use educational research as results for their lessons. Professionals require their members to have completed higher education, usually at the advanced level. The competency of most professionals is determined in the training by authentic assessment in real-life settings. Traditional professionals have had control of their own work with little direct supervision. Members have some general agreed knowledge based on their own work. Their professional knowledge has evolved from research and practice in the field. Teachers who have formally prepared to teach are usually more successful in the classroom than those who have no or little formal training. To be a professional teacher, a teacher must also know the subject that they will be teaching. They must understand the discipline well enough to help young people learn it and apply it to the real world they live in. One of the cornerstones of the field of teaching is the knowledge about teaching and learning and about the developmental skills and dispositions that help students learn. They must understand and influence the culture, language, and social economic conditions on learning. They need to know how to manage classrooms, motivate students, work with parents and colleagues, assess learning, and develop lesson plans. Teaching is a complex field. There are seldom the right answers that fit every situation. Teachers make decisions throughout the day as they respond to individual student needs and the events in the school and community, all while keeping in mind the professional ethics required by educational professionals. Qualified teachers have also had the opportunity to develop their knowledge, skills, and dispositions with students in school. Student teaching and internships should be accompanied by feedback and mentors from experienced teachers who know the subjects that they teach and how they can help students learn. Both public schools and teaching education programs are subject to accreditation programs in which they must demonstrate that they meet the standards established by accreditation agencies, some of which are mandated and some are which voluntarily. Accreditation provides assurance to the public that graduates of programs are qualified and competent to practice. General concepts of accreditation is related to an internal attempt on a part of a professional training system to examine and improve the quality of the profession that it serves. 6 regional accreditation bodies offer accreditation to all K-12 schools and to colleges and universities. When you graduate to teach in public schools and most private schools, you are required to obtain a teaching license for the state in which you teach. State licensure is a major component of quality assurance systems for professionals. To practice as a teacher, you must be granted a license from a state agency. A license to teach usually requires completion of the state-approved teacher education programs and passing standardized tests of knowledge. Some states also make you do student teaching and internships. Before granting a professional license, some states are required teachers to submit portfolios which are scored by experienced teachers as evidence of teaching effectiveness. Some states traditionally require candidates to take a specific college course, complete student teaching, and successfully pass a licensure examination for a license. Most states either already have deployed or are in the process of developing performance-based licensing systems. An initial teaching license allows a new teacher to practice for a specific period, usually 3 or 5 years, which is also known as the induction period. A completion of a successful teaching period during that time period, and sometimes a master's degree, professional license can be granted. Some states use the INTAC system, which is 10 standards of interstate new teacher assessment and support consortium have been adapted for most states. In other states, you take the Praxis, the Educational Testing Service, has developed a series of examinations, commonly called the Praxis series, that are designed to assess the knowledge and skills required to be an effective educator at various stages of the beginning teaching career. Advanced certification has long been adoption in many professional professions, but is relatively new for teaching. Many states now have advanced certifications adoptions for education. Some states actually require teachers to progress through a series of certification levels, whereas other states have only one certification level or adoption level of certification that are made available to teachers. Standards and standard-based education are prevalent in all levels of education today. To finish your teaching education program, you will have to meet professional, state, and institutional standards that outline what you know and be able to do as a novice teacher. When you begin teaching, you will be expected to prepare students to meet state and district standards. Some states require beginning teachers to pass performance assessments based on standards in the first 3 years of practice in order to receive a professional license. Every Student Succeed Act, or called ESSA, was signed into law in December of 2015 as a replacement for No Child Left Behind Act. This act, usually actually a reauthorization version of the earlier Elementary and Secondary Education Act, ESSA, expressed board national educational goals and guides much of the federal funding of educational activities through the nation.